Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's pre-market analysis. So, I hope my screen, audio, and everything is properly audible and visible to you guys. Yeah, okay. So, let's have a quick recap what exactly we got yesterday on the trading side. So, if you see on the 2nd of December, so it was a gap down start, you can clearly see that. So we were planning to have a trade to the bear side if it was sustaining below the pivot line level. And here if you see that the opening itself started below that, so we could have definitely planned for a bear side trade. So with respect to the 15-minute time frame breakout trades which I used to see, so if you see here, so here we can see the particular 15-minute range over here. This was the 15-minute range. It was kind of pretty a big range, more than 60-70 points a range it was. But there is something else also over here. Our support zone starts at here. So our support was at 26,090 here you can see. So we could have planned an entry over this particular point with this range top as our SL. So we could have planned an entry over here at this breakout and we could have set up the SL over this particular point and we could have, so if you see here that it reached up to our support 2 which was at 26,000. 26,000 it reached, we got nearly 90 points difference from that particular point. So this was the only opportunity I found it yesterday there was no other opportunity with respect to my view, and you guys know that it was expiry and this reversal trade would not be, so from my perspective I would not be taking this reversal from this particular point as it was the expiry thing. So we will have a quick look at what exactly it can bring for us today with respect to the pivot levels. So OI based zones also which I marked yesterday. So you can clearly see that it started below that only here over and it gradually decreased to this particular level and it reached up to support 2. So let's have a quick look at exactly what it brings today. I'll mark the levels first. So pivot line lies at for today 2660. So we are back to the levels of 26,000. And support 1 with respect to this lies at 25,970. 25,70 support 1 and support 2 lies at 25,900. So 70 points, it will be a 25,900 will be the support 2 and support 3 lies at 25,800 points difference. So here also there are OA based zones for this particular day also we will regularly mark whenever we need to mark that particular OA levels with, so we can plan the reversal or rejection zones with respect to that. So on the resistance side, R1 lies at 26,130. 26,130. It is exactly 26,126. So we rounded it off to 130. And resistance 2 lies at 26,220. And resistance 3 is at 26,290. So these are the resistance and support zone with respect to our pivot line which is at 26,060. So we will zone this out quickly. We will remove this OI zone. So still it is there, OI zone, and the OI changed also, we will mark that as well. So with respect to the bullish zone, if you see that 26,220, 26,220 and 26,290 can be marked as the bullish zone. So over here, and if you mark the consolidated range, it will be between 26,000, 25,000, which is a 25,970, and in between R1, which is a 26,130. We marked it already. And on the bear side, it will be below our support one, which is the 25,970, and the second support is at 900. 25,900 will be the second one. So we will mark these levels for third level as well, which is at 26,000, 25,800. Pivot 26,060, and our R1 to be marked over 26,130. It's a lot of difference compared to yesterday's level, and we will remove this range. So as yesterday, same as yesterday, today also Nifty is trading below this particular pivot line for the day. So we will plan our trades with respect to these lines. So even if it is a gap down or gap up opening, uh, then we can plan trades with respect to these resistance level either or pivot line. So if it is opening somewhere over here, if it is giving a proper breakdown with this level with a valid volume to support, then definitely we can plan a trade up to here as a target one. Then if it is breaking down below, then you can extend that trade or trade by trailing your stop loss to the cost or to your first target. You can hold that particular trade over here. And similarly to the upper side, any if market is retesting this particular pivot line level and it is sustaining above this level after reclaiming, then definitely we can plan a bullish side, bull trade on this side, keeping your first target at R1, and you can hold further when this upside movement with a higher volume, same momentum continues, then you can continue that trade, holding that trade with a trailed stop loss to make it a risk-free holding. So we will have a quick look at the RSI part also here. Because we are seeing a bear flip, so we will see what exactly is happening with the RSI on Monday time frame. So if you see that it came below the SMA 14 yellow line here, you can see, and it is trading at 55. So it is a neutral sentiments in the market. If it is, so I will say 50 can be considered as the 50, 50 to 60 can be considered as a neutral to mild bullish. So this RSI level shows that it is neutral to mild bullish. It is not yet to the oversold or to the bear side. It is not yet. It is still on neutral to the mild bullish zone. So it is just a bear flip happening in the market. It is not a bearish sentiments as of now. So but when I see to this level, I will mark this 800 level, and just 800 to 750, up to 750 it won't come, so we'll mark it at 760. So this is an OI based zone on an intraday perspective. When we see, if we see this much of uh, distance, so the last a strong support can be considered at 25,800. So if it is breaking below this level, then we can consider it as a bearish sentiments to be activated in the market. And similarly, yesterday we have discussed the OI based on the upper side was at 26,400 and to the 26,500 level. So today if we see, I'll mark it. So 26,200 to 150 we can keep. So this is a mild OA basis zone over here as well. So if it is breaking above, particularly if we say 26,220 on an intraday base, we can reconsider our bullish trend to continue in the market on a intraday basis. If we see, so this level is, if this level is being broken and sustaining above this 26,220, then we can consider the bull market to continue on an intraday basis. If we see this, these are the zones to be like noticed with on your trading direction to find out your trend direction. Then you can utilize these OA based levels. So any moment, so we can consider pivot line or resistance or a support zone with respect to the volume. You can add volume as a confirmation. So these are the levels. We will come back to Nifty after we get the pre-market and all. So we will quickly move on to Bank Nifty side. So Bank Nifty, if we see we similarly similar to our Nifty, we had a bear opportunity in Bank Nifty as well. So if we see here, so this was a liquidity zone which we have marked earlier. So you could have planned a trade with respect to the first 15 minute. If you see, for first 15 minute we didn't had that much of opportunity over here if you see, but with respect to this liquidity zone, someone who might have known could have taken entry over this particular point from here to the downside. But on the premium base, if you see, we couldn't get that much of point with respect to on the premium side. So pretty much consolidating it was on a range bound basis, even though it opened a gap down. But we will mark today's level and we will see what it brings with respect to the pivot today into the market. RSI is at 61, and with respect to Bank Nifty, if you see today's level, we will mark the pivot point lies at 59,000 400 we can, so it is 395, so we will mark 400, 59,400. So we are back to the 59,000 level after attaining a high over 60,000, above becoming 60 points. So above 60,000, so we are back to 59,000 levels. So support one with respect to Bank Nifty lies at 59,130, 59,130. And support 2 with respect to Bank Nifty lies at 58,990. So almost 59,000 only. But support 3 lies at 58,730. So these are the three support levels. We will quickly mark the resistance levels also. First resistance lies at 59,540. 540 we can mark, and resistance 2 lies at 59,700, 800 almost. So 98, 70, 798 it was. So we are marking it as 800. So R3 lies at 59,950. So these are the three levels, support and resistance levels with respect to Bank Nifty. So we will mark the basics levels over here. 59,400 was our uh, pivot line. So with respect to our resistance, 59,540 will be marking as the first resistance, which is pretty close compared to yesterday's level if you see. And the support one lies at 59,130. 130 will be the support one level. So you can consider, so R1 is comparatively closer to our today also we are having a gap down start. You can see that it is nearly starting right next to our support one itself. So if you see, you can clearly see that the market is opening near to our support one. So better we mark our support 2 and 3 as well. So support 2, if we mark S2, and the coordinates are 58,990. So support 3 also we will be marking today. So support 3, S3 is 58,730. So these are the levels. It is opening over here. So let's wait for that first initial time period. If we can look forward for a bounce from here, but so that is a possibility only. So if it is bouncing from here, you can plan entry over here, but only we should wait. We should confirm it with the volume it takes, and you can purely focus on price action over here. If it is a candle is having a better green bullish candle, then definitely we can mark that particular range of the candle and we can wait for the breakout to happen. Or else if it is not reversal, then the trend continuation can be traded over here. If it is breaking below this level, then you can plan your trades to the support 2 and support 3 levels with respect to your particular first 15-minute range high as your SL. You can mark that high as your SL and you can keep on trailing if that particular trend continues. So these are the levels with respect to Bank Nifty. You can note it down, and we will move on to the Sensex part. So Sensex also similarly, it was mirroring Nifty yesterday. So similar opportunities were available in Sensex as well. So we will quickly mark the today's levels. So pivot point lies at 85,250. 85,250 is Sensex pivot line. And with respect to the support part, if we see support 1 lies at 84,950. 100 points below 84,950 is where support 1 lies at, and support 2 lies at 84,750. 200 points difference. 84,750, and support 3 lies at 84,450. This is where the three supports lies with respect to the pivot line of Sensex. And resistance part, if we see, R1 lies at 85,450. And resistance 2 lies at 85,750. And R3 lies at 85,950. 85,950. So these 50 is our rounded figure. 43, 45 all being rounded to 50. So with respect to this, we will mark today's level zones. 85,250 is where our pivot lies, and the support one lies at 84,950 is where our support lies. And resistance 1 at 85,450. So it will be obviously opening anywhere near to this zone, similar to Nifty 50. So like I said in Bank Nifty, you can plan your trades to a continuation. If it is the trend continuation is happening, then definitely you can plan your trade to support 2 and support 3, considering the level breakout of support 1 if it is starting anywhere over near to this or below this. So you can plan a trade accordingly. So let's say that it is opening over here, somewhere over support, below our support, then you can plan a trade when it hits back here and reject. You can plan a bear trade on that way as well. So you should wait that first initial 5 to 15 minutes for that confirmation to be happen, or you can either keep that uh, first 15-minute zone as a range breakout trade, so you can plan that as well. So in this also it is starting at 26,000 7 or 4, pre-market opening is at 7, 26,000. It is still above the psychological level, which is at 26,000. You can wait for the first 15-minute range to be cleared, then you can trade the breakout. If we should avoid trading the range breakout things when we have a bigger range. So I'll mark it out. Avoid 15-minute range break trades if range is bigger. So if we get a bigger range, then I don't usually take trades when we have a bigger range. I tend to focus on a range bound movement. I used to focus, but if it is having a points in between, let's say that 50, let's say that less than 70 or 80, we can consider the first thing. If it is having this much, then we can consider taking a trade over the breakout. So even below that we can consider. So you should validate that optional trade with respect to the volume in the market, and you can consider this OA basis on an intraday or this particular week expiry up to expiry. You can consider these levels. If there is any change, I'll change it and I'll mention it to you if there is any particular change coming in between this OA zones and all. So if you see today, so it is opening at 26,000. Any breaks, if it is coming over this level, either you can expect a bounce back from this particular support one or a breakdown to this level. Then if it is a breakdown, you can either trade from that particular breakdown or you can wait for a pullback to happen. So I'll show you what exactly I meant. So you can take a trade on this breakout. Oh, second. So you can trade a breakout trade over here, or else you can wait for this pullback to happen here and you can take entry at this particular point to the downside. This is what I meant. Two entries are there. Either you can trade for a breakout trade and a pullback and reversal. You can retest. A retest can be placed as a entry opportunity over here. Only you should validate it with a proper this volume. So the market already opened. Here you can see we didn't check the FIA data. It is still net bearish on second. So it opened and it came and tested our pivot point, and again reverse. We change it to 1 minute. If you see, it came up to this particular pivot line and again it reversed back on Nifty. If you see, and you can plan your trades. If it is sustaining above this level, I still go for bullish on the intraday basis, to be frank. But as long as it is trading below this pivot line level, then definitely I'm still on the bear trend to continue. Bear trend, not trend, sentiment, or the bear flip to continue, the bearish flip to continue. So that's all for today, guys. I wish everyone a good day. Properly, like every day, properly manage your risk and try to keep your risk reward ratio 1:1 minimum. But the best is always 1:2 risk reward. So you can keep these levels for trading opportunity with risk. Either you can go for a reversal or a breakdown or a breakout or continuation. You should validate it with the volume based, and you can use these levels for trailing your SL or partial booking and everything. So that's why we are marking every this particular levels with respect to pivot point, and you can find out an opportunity and you can safe side your trade by trailing or partially booking your trades with respect to these levels. So that's all for today, guys. Again, once again, thank you. I wish everyone a good day. Thank you. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.